Did you know that over 90% of the human population only uses about 15% of their breath capacity? In this episode, you will discover how unlocking the full potential of your breath can lead to profound physical and mental benefits. Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast, and this is another snippet of wisdom, where I select my favorite, most insightful moments from previous episodes. In today's snippet, my guest Nate Zeleznick dives into a unique breathwork method that goes beyond traditional breathwork practices, offering a powerful approach to increasing oxygen efficiency, heart-brain coherence, and overall vitality. Let's dive right in.
Any breath work is good breath work. And I say that because we are the worst breathers in the entire animal kingdom. I read a study, and this study was saying that it's estimated that over 90% of the human population of the world only uses about 15% of their breath capacity. That's it, 15%. So maybe, your listeners and viewers, they are in that top 10% that uses 20 to 25%. But overall, we don't have a real customary natural way of breathing, or we do, but we lose it around the age of, I'll say preteens, when we start to care what other people think about us. So we start to suck in our gut if we're men. As girls, they push them out. They push them out, guys suck them in. And we start to breathe up at the upper part of our lungs, and we stop breathing deep into the lungs where 2/3 of our oxygen is absorbed. And so over 200 different health conditions have been linked to improper breathing. So that's why I say any breath work is great breath work. So if you're doing yogic breath work, beautiful. If you're doing Wim Hof, beautiful. If you're doing holotropic, wonderful. But then there's the Merpati-Putti breath, and it is unique. It stands alone in the world of breathwork because it is not based upon hyperventilation or superventilation. It's based upon hypoxic breathwork. So we're holding our breath in a certain way using different diaphragmatic locks, different tension throughout the body, different body positions and movements that align the circuitry in the body in a very unique way. It's actually very proprietary. It was held secret for 500 years, in fact, until it was released. And so when we do these things, along with very specific meditations that a lot of people have a difficult time meditating, and the meditation is based upon breath work as well. It's not just sit and listen for the one hand clapping and the silence of the universe. This is very specifically directed to help people who have trouble meditating get into a very deep meditative state, increase their heart-brain coherence. Their heart rate variability is amazing, and we have machines that we can measure this. And so those are some things that really make this unique. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a Navy SEAL, if you're a free diver, if you recovered from COVID, you have chronic asthma, you have emphysema, if you have a body, you will be pushed to your limit every single time you do this. You will have massive gains in almost every part of your feeling of your body and your fitness. And so that's an overview. Hold your breath the right way. And what that does physically for the skeptics and the scientist people out there is the most important chemical in your body is carbon dioxide, more important than oxygen, actually, because your oxygen is not released from your hemoglobin in your red blood cells until it has carbon dioxide as the catalyst to release it. We know this. This is respiratory therapy 101. And so this system with Merpati-Putti, the integrated ascension method, hypoxic breath work, helps raise our CO2 level naturally and also keeps our oxygen level very high as well. So people can feel pretty high after a session for just a little bit because they're actually able to uptake oxygen. Whereas with the hyperventilation type breath work, that's very good for certain processes. But it's also been shown that when we lower our carbon dioxide by hyperventilating like that, the blood vessels in the brain constrict by up to 40%. That's not necessarily a good thing, I think, maybe because your body thinks it's doing something fatal. And so your kidneys release bicarbonate in order to balance out your acid and base shift. So to get you out of such an acidic state back to alkaline state. And we've also been able to prove and show that as well with ours, that it moves you from acidic to alkaline in a very short time.
Thank you for listening. You will find a full conversation with Nate Zeleznick in episode 390. The link is in the episode description. If you enjoy this podcast, can you think of one person that would find it useful and share it with them? Thank you. Until next time, stand out, don't fit in,